Yes, sir. Another day.
ABC crew in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another stream, man. We missed you guys. Oh shit!
Oh,
Damn.
Big Bilch.
Yeah. Well, fellas, how we feeling this morning, man?
a little under the weather, but I'm good.
Me too, bro. I don't
Really?
know what happened. And I mean, we were around a lot of people. I don't know if it was the hotel room B or what, but I'm feeling like it's getting there. Like I'm 2 days away from just being stuck. But
I think it was
all good.
all the hands we shook, man. Some of the kids probably didn't wipe their hands.
Oh,
man.
my
I mean, wash their hands, man. Ain't gonna lie. After they wipe their
That
hands.
is a fact. That is a fact. Oh, my
I'm gonna start air bumping. No contact.
Hey, it is right here.
Elbows.
Bows.
Shoulder bump.
Bow. Oh, yeah, bro. You shook a lot of hands. I didn't even think about that. Oh, man.
What's up, bro? Picture.
Gosh.
I'm not gonna lie though. Accountability merch available.
Absolutely. Yes,
Accountability department merch available. As you can see what Sel got on, that's available too. You know what I'm saying? We out here moving and grooving, dancing and prancing. We got 300 people in the chat. Hit that like button and subscribe. We had a legendary weekend, fellas.
Oh my God.
ABC in the morning. ABC in the morning.
Come on,
Chat.
man.
Bro, it's like, where do we even start, man?
Yeah.
All right. Should we start with giving them a brief synopsis on the call with Kyrie?
Yeah. Just what that was like.
Just something small. Just one small thing from it. Not what we talked about in full. Just
small
like
thing.
Yeah.
Small thing. I was trying to listen to him a lot. Like I was like trying to learn from him. I feel like he was just dropping a lot of gems. So that was my main thing. I was just like, wow, he's really breaking the game down in a lens that I normally don't look at it from. You know what I'm saying? So it was just he was able to add on in a really good way, in my opinion, because it was stuff that I wasn't even thinking about.
Yeah. He broke down my anger issues.
Yeah, that too.
He held me accountable. Just know from watching probably a couple vids of mine, you could tell that I get a little animated, and that's incredible. I don't know how he noticed that quickly, but yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, he calls BLS Baby Hulk now.
Yes. And for me, I think it was just dope for y'all to witness him roast me live for about 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? but it's all good though. It was just fire to be. He actually just. I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, we were in like the ambience of a basketball historian, NBA top 75. Like that shit is, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't see that often. You might see a NBA OG hop on stream with, like a Iguodala, like no disrespect to Iguodala, but I'm saying like you guys like that, but then you get Kyrie to commentate an event like that. It's just not even, you can't even put it into words, honestly.
First time commentating.
Yeah, first time commentating. Like that's
stamped
an honor
forever. Yeah.
We had first time commentary. We had Lance Stevenson, first time ever doing a podcast.
Yep.
We had a lot of first times.
Yep.
This past weekend, man.
Yeah. It was fire, bro. Kyrie gave out shoes.
Yeah.
He was
man of the people for sure.
Yeah, I'll show the shoes he gave out just to give the visual.
Like he was
no 11s is crazy though. I feel like that's the most standard size.
No, they were on the way.
Okay.
Everything I rushed, but he gave out these.
Yeah,
it's hard. Fellas, I'm gonna say this, man. We gotta talk about it. Can we break down that face off as a group?
Which one?
The face off?
Yeah.
Let's do it,
bro.
Okay.
What do y'all think about Beasley's approach?
I loved it.
Beasley's approach?
Yeah.
I mean, he just has a way with words also that was unique. You know what I'm saying? Like well, first of all, there's layers to his approach.
Go ahead.
I mean, some of it was like outside of basketball, you know what I mean? But that's kind of who he is, though. That really is just who he is. I feel like he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's been through a lot of pain. Therefore, he's acquired a lot of wisdom in his life. And I think if you can look past some of the things that he's saying, it's a little more quote unquote vulgar, I guess, or like uncomfortable. if you can look past that stuff, you see a dude that has been through a ton, has overcame a ton. That was a night of him overcoming a lot. That was like a stamp moment for him. He's just been through a lot. Even his career, we don't even know what he's been through behind the scenes, but you can just tell when a man has been through a lot and is very wise for it. That wasn't really a breakdown of the face-off, but I just had that on my mind.
Go ahead, sir.
Honestly, I liked it, man. I put all the pause moments aside, and I was just really listening to what he was saying. I took it from a different lens. Like, I kind of put my own words in place of his, and he was saying some crazy shit. But like, Lance didn't know what to say because what he was saying, it made sense to me. Basically saying like, I'm gonna fry you so bad, you have to go to the clinic and they're gonna get checked. Like, that shit crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that shit's crazy,
bro. The way he promoted that, I felt like. Have y'all played God of War, the most recent one?
Not the most recent one. No.
Oh, listen. There's a scene at the end of I think it's the end of God of War or the end of a DLC where like Kratos goes on like a monologue. Just go watch that after this, bro. I'm gonna send y'all the link. It was one of the best monologues in gaming history, bro. And the way Bees was able to put on like a character hat. You feel me? I felt like he put on a performance. Because right after the face-off, he was like, yeah, Lance, what we getting into now? Like, what we doing after this? You know what I'm saying? I felt like the way he approached that face-off was like performative, like Shakespearean. I'm dead ass serious. Like, and I know he said some things that people may not agree with, but it's just the fact that he could turn that switch on like immediately, because throughout the entire season, he wasn't talking at all. He wasn't really barking at Lance. He was calm the whole time. And then to turn that on like that, and then for the game completely be silent, it was almost psychotic.
Yeah. Now, surface level, like most people just watch it for what it is, right? Like we kind of have a different relationship with the guys and stuff like that, and just seeing them behind the scenes and stuff. But watching it for what it is, yeah, it was super, super different, super freaky. And it's a little bit odd if you're just looking in for the first time.
Yep.
But also, I think what started that was he walked in and Young Thug was playing. Had Young Thug not been playing, I don't know if he would have been on that. Like, I think that got him going. Because Kill Before was playing by Young Thug, and then he started rapping that, singing it, and I think that's what got him in that mood. Honestly.
Also,
because there had to been some other shit playing. I don't know if he would have been on that from the jump. I don't know.
I agree. So I agree.
So what y'all telling me is music is the most influential thing in the world.
Yeah, and then that's dangerous.
Yeah,
true.
That's why I don't listen to rap music outside of Kendrick.
Who? I will say this though, fellas. Lance's approach was surprising to me because in my mind, okay, I thought Lance was going to be the more animated person, being that Beasley, when we interviewed him, was very quiet. Like he didn't want to talk about the one-on-one at all. So I thought he was going to take that approach in the face-off. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to direct all my questions to Lance to make Beasley respond. But Lance was calm. Like, he didn't want to say nothing. He didn't want to talk at all, barely. But I still directed my questions toward him because even if Bees is animated, it's like, he's not going to answer my question. Like, I asked him a question. He started singing. So, all right, man, I'm about to go to him, and then you just going to respond to him. Like, I was like, oh, my gosh, bro. But I ain't gonna lie. That was one of the best. Bro.
Yeah, I mean, you were part of history. You were in the middle of that.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? That energy. All right, so I'll tell you like this, chat. If Michael Beasley is looking at you dead in your eye in that type of situation, you better look at him dead in his eye. Because you're going to look like a bitch. I'm so serious. You're going to look soft. So I'm making sure I'm looking directly at Bees, directly at Lance when they talking to me, because if you do not, you're going to look soft, man, because that energy is real, bro. I swear. Oh, my God. But yeah, my bad, folks.
I think my synopsis of that whole face-off though was talking shit is a sport, and not a lot of people have it. I don't know if Lance has that level of shit talk to match Bees, so he probably felt like out of place a little bit.
Yeah,
because like Lance talk shit on the court and like his antics and stuff, but Bees is on and off the court. He's like a philosopher.
Yeah. I think Lance is just like a in the moment guy, like on the court, you know what I mean? Everything comes out, but that was probably his first face off, you know? That was his first podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, that super chat.
Oh man, Millie frozen.
No way, Millie. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
his whole Wi-Fi probably shut down. 100 though. He said, did Moon people punch Lance after the push? No, what I saw was Lance pushed him. Appreciate you for the super. Lance pushed him, and then
am I back?
Yeah. What I saw was Lance pushed him, and then Lance backed up, and then Lance's people got involved. I didn't see no punches.
No, I didn't see any punches as well. But I would say Moon is wrong in that situation because
you don't get in his face.
Yeah, you ran on the court. He didn't walk up to you. You ran on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Lance was in a mode too. You know what I mean? He was in a mode. Like,
yeah, you don't do that. You don't, it's like the gorilla. You don't run up to a gorilla. You know what I'm saying? In the
unless there's 99 others with you.
Yeah.
ABC rooting go for what? Rooting go for y'all. Love from Thailand.
Love. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate that.
Let's get straight into these matchups. So I want to break up a few of these real quick.
Oops. What we got first on the minutes?
Caleb versus BJ.
Who team
First
off?
game of the night, free on YouTube.
Go ahead.
Before the game, BJ was pretty upset that at me directly that I had Caleb winning because we talked behind the scenes, and I said I selfishly have Caleb winning because I want to see a trilogy. And then after the game happened, he comes up to me and said, everything that's about to happen to him is your fault. In terms of the part 3, I said, okay, we're going to see. I can't wait to see it. Team CO3 maybe, or maybe a city event. I don't know. But yeah, this is a phenomenal bump, fellas. Great bump.
Millie, go ahead.
I was back and forth with this one. At first, I was leaning towards Caleb before the game, just to even the series up. And then when we did King of the Court a few days before the event, I swayed towards BJ. I was like, man, BJ looks super sharp. Caleb looked good too, of course, but BJ was cooking in the King of the Court and just looked good. And then, so I kind of ended up with my final pick as BJ right before the event. And Caleb surprised me, honestly. He really just showed up in the moment and kind of chopped the game up. He guarded really, really well. I thought he guarded BJ really, really well. Felt like he was prepared. And he took a little bit to get going offensively, but he just guarded so well that it gave him time to, knock down some shots, knock the rust off. He was a little bit nervous, so just to get going. And it was a great win. We got a trilogy now.
Brodies, man, that game to start the night was everything you can ask for a game to start the night, bro. BJ was making crazy shots how he normally does. Caleb was in his bag. But I had Caleb the entire time. Just based on the fact that in a rematch situation, you just naturally more hungry than the other person, man. Especially with it being that evenly skilled of a matchup. If I have a little bit more hunger, that normally pushes me over the edge. Now in game 3, I don't know what the hell is going to happen because I feel like the payday for them in that game is going to motivate them even more. So, because it won't be for $2,500, it won't be.
No.
So it's like y'all have earned yourself a pay-per-view slot for maybe 10 grand, how the previous one was. So, I mean, just a beautiful game. Just a beautiful game. Shout out to Caleb.
Facts. Moving forward. Rob versus Tay.
Oh my gosh. We gotta rank these games too when we're done with this because holy.
Well, we need ISO Tay immediately to come to the free throw camp. He already said he put his name in. He already sent his application in. I mean, Tay was up 28 to 21, 29-21, 28-21, around there.
Yep.
And just couldn't close the deal. And that 3 ball for Rob was the equalizer. Like, that's what keeps him in the game.
He had a free throw to win it. He had a free throw to win the 10K.
He did.
And I think he was up 8 or 9 at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It wasn't 28-28 or 29-27 or something like that when he was.
No, it was closer for that game.
It might have been 25. It might have been. Yeah. Rob might have been at 25 or so. I'm not sure.
Brothers,
unless it was closer.
I'm gonna need ISO Tay to lock in, man. This is not the first time he's been in a situation like this. Remember, he played Devontae. He had one bucket to get Devontae up out of there, and then he couldn't close that one. Now it's this one right here. He just has to close, man. He's right there in top 5 territory. He's right there in top 5 territory.
Man.
He just can't close. But I want to give a lot of credit to Rob, though. He fought.
Of course.
He fought. He was good defensively towards the end of that game. He locked in and got the stops he needed. He made that clutch 3-ball. And also, I want to say this, too. Mid-range Rob. Mid-range Rob. Got to the midi, man. Got to the midi off the glass and things of that nature. So, hey, man, Rob expanding his game a lot.
For me, when Tay missed that free throw, we tell him off the time. I was like, bro, you fade left on your free throw, which is unheard of. You're fading on a free throw. It's crazy. But after the game, he was like, bro, like I sold it. And I'm like, you think? you think so? Like, you know, and that's why I respect Rob too, because after the game, Rob split the 10K down the middle.
Yes.
Down the middle. You know what I mean? So he gave him 5. And I think that's super dope. You know what I mean? That's just the way both you guys can eat.
Yeah.
But, before we can see, I'm gonna go through these quick supers real quick before we lose them. Duo. Jesus. Appreciate you. Free throw clinic. Everyone's invited. Absolutely. Keon versus Cam. Rob versus Moon. Can I get a YouTube shout out? 100 though. Shout out to your YouTube brother. Keon versus Cam. I think Moon versus Cam has to happen. That's what's gonna happen next. To be honest. Walgus, man. Hey, we finally met this goat right here.
Yes, sir. Walgus
finally met this guy in person. Great freaking guy. Outstanding guy. Ray talked about the next matchup.
Oh, let's get to it. We're right to it.
This is my favorite matchup of the night. Okay, this sounds fucked up, but this is my favorite game of the night personally. And it wasn't because of the score. Man.
Go ahead. Tee off then, brother.
I was on record to say Keon is a matchup nightmare for a lot of people. And just because he doesn't have a lot of 1v1s on the scene doesn't mean he's not going to be dominant on the scene. Yeah, that's when people get confused. I think people think of, oh, so-and-so has more games, so they're way more well-equipped for these matchups. And I'm like, that can be true for certain people. But this guy, actually, we all said after playing against him and seeing like how he moves and stuff, it's like, dude, he's a matchup nightmare for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. He's longer than you think in terms of his arms. He's quicker than you think. Can score way quick. I mean, it's just he scores in bunches. So if you're not matching his buckets, he probably only missed like 8 shots the whole day, the whole event. So Kel didn't get a lot of possessions.
Yeah. I just think he's so elusive, and he's always able to get away from his defender, no matter who's guarding him. So the experience, in my opinion, didn't come into play for one of 2 reasons. One, obviously, it wasn't close, so the experience didn't come into play quite as much as we thought it would. But then 2, he was just able to stay outside of Kel's frame. He hit some tough turnarounds. He's got long arms. His release was up here, so he was just able to get his shots off clean. And they were reffing it pretty tightly not in terms of what we're used to. So it was a less physical game, which I think helps the transition from a guy like Keon into the one-on-one space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this was like if they allowed a lot more physicality, I think that can tend to kind of give the experience the edge more so than in this case.
I thought it was pretty physical though, but go ahead, B.
No, did you? Go ahead, sir.
No, I thought it was pretty. I just don't think Kel couldn't get to him.
Yeah, he couldn't get to him. He was outside of his frame. Yeah.
Fellas, we got a new star. We have a new star. This is a guy that came into the scene, didn't play a one-on-one, didn't know the nuances, and literally went fed. Like, had an amazing performance. I will say this, man. Sel, you're completely right, especially with situations with guys that can shoot the basketball the way Keon can shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
Keon shoots the living piss out of the basketball. And that just negates any type of experience, especially when you have the utmost confidence in yourself while being in those situations, bro. Like, even in a face-off, he said 30 to 14. He said it to you. He was like, because you held him accountable. He was like, yo, Keon, hold on. That's not what you said, bro.
Right.
And then he was like, I bet 30 to 14 then. And then he ended up going 30 to 9 against an experienced veteran like Hoodie Kel. Like, I'm not going to say it's Friga-esque in terms of Nas versus Friga, but because it wasn't as big of a rivalry. But what I will say is, Lord have mercy. Like, this was a complete show. Like, best performance of the night, for sure.
Yeah.
And we had a highlight of the night. You know, Kel dunked on him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Ironically.
Yeah. Oh, fellas, we got 1K in the chat. I will say that. So let's go ahead. We got, you know what I'm saying, 1K in the chat again. 1K in the chat again.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Need y'all to hit that like button. Let's get to 500 likes. You got 1K in the chat, bro. What do y'all think is next for Keon, though, man?
Man, I see this guy in the chat right here. I want to address this real quick before we get to his super. I think you got to see me. And I want to say this. Shout out to Burke, bro. I don't think so. I think Burke got to play Kel still. I don't think Keon goes to Burke after this matchup, respectfully. I think Burke plays Kel, and then Keon plays, well, because Cam and Moon has to happen. So then it's like Keon just the outlier. Like who's that matchup for Keon next? I don't know. I gotta really think about it.
That's a great question.
But I think Burke still plays Kel. Like that still has to happen.
Can you tell me why though?
Why? What?
Why should Burke and Kel play?
Because I think that was a matchup a lot of people wanted to see from the jump, but then Keon snuck in there and took it. And then we saw how dominant Keon was. I still think Burke and Kel, I think that's the game that people want to see, and I think it'll be a great game. I think that's the match that has to happen next.
Yeah, Millie, go ahead.
If this game was 30-27, would you still say that, or would Burke play Keon then if it was closer?
Well, here's my thing. So if it was closer, I wouldn't mind him and Burke, but I was even saying, after this, win or lose, he has to see Burke. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, no. I was like, win or lose, Burke has to play Kel. The more like I logically thought about it, I think Burke and Kel have to happen regardless of what the outcome of this game was, just because they have to settle that, because a lot of people want to see it. I don't think, because then it would look like, Burke gets the winner, and I don't think that would make sense.
I feel that
personally, but Keon and Burke should happen. But I think for sure, Kel and Burke happen first.
I think that game is also a great build-up game for either person. A chance for redemption for Kel, and also a chance for Burke to expand his brand a little bit and actually, come out of his shell. I mean, Burke, I'm pretty sure like this, Burke, I'm pretty sure you're still in this chat. If you haven't seen the light in terms of what you got to do going forward to expand your brand within this scene, bro, I don't know what other situation is going to make your eyes open up. You know what I'm saying? This situation is a guy that snuck in there and got you. He got you. You know what I'm saying? And then also, not only to get you, he went put on a show while doing it. So it's like, your next time you're outside, my brother, you got to really, I'm here. Like, just mosh. You feel me? Like, this is, the next time you're outside, it has to be your moment. You know what I'm saying? I totally believe you can do it. I wouldn't say it if I thought you couldn't, but the time is now for you. And if you don't do it now, I don't think there's going to be another time. If you don't do it now, there will not be another time for Burke to break down the door for himself. You're going to always be in that same category of in the middle for your entire career. So, that's all I got to say about that.
BLS was K-Show time. ABC 01.
ABC 01.
Oh, disclaimer.
I
Let me
love that.
Hold on. So he posted something, right? This is why Cash my mans. Like, this is why I really rock with Cash. Right? Let me pull up his page real quick.
So he Instagram?
Yeah, on Instagram.
Okay, let me hear this.
He posts something a little real, talking about the little creative thing they got going on with LSK, Jesser brother.
Cam versus Jesser.
Yeah. So he was like, he made a whole video about saying he gonna fry everybody there. Who's gonna guard me? It's not gonna be Friga. And then Cash said, I'm gonna fly my man's at BL0 out to throw on a jersey. Cash, if you fly me out, to throw on a jersey in that event, he will never look the same on the internet.
That's all I'm serious, man.
I like the energy, B. I like it.
But yeah, because like, moving on. What's up, fellas?
Is on what you have said. Hey, man, accountability, man. You know what I mean? Don't even.
Kyrie, I'm honing in. Come on, Kyrie. I know you watch.
It said Keon versus Trey Croft. That'd be good. Two lengthy guys.
Mm-hmm. Wait, who was, brother?
Keon versus Trey Croft. And then someone else also said Keon versus Trey Croft again.
Wow.
And then someone said, is Keon ready for Scoob? I think so.
I thought about that, to be honest.
About what?
About Keon versus Scoob.
What do you think about it?
It just crossed my mind as the next matchup for Keon potentially.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna say Rob versus Keon.
I like that.
I'm not mad at that either.
I like that a lot because both of them won in fire fashion, comeback fashion for Rob, Keon, in dominant fashion. And one thing I would say, sometimes style clashes make the best one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? For Rob, a big, strong guard going downhill on Keon, but Keon can also meet him at the summit because of his wingspan. And Rob has to guard some elusive player that can shoot the three ball from deep. So sometimes those type of style contrasts, make up the best fights. I would love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Burke had a rebuttal in the
What
chat.
did he say? I can't find it.
He said, "You want me to read it? You want to pull it up?"
This one?
Yeah.
Watch I start acting up. Y'all gonna make me relapse on my faith. Yeah. Well, not the faith.
Not the faith.
Like the
not the faith. I
like the energy.
But I love that energy though. This the Burke we need because you got the skill, you got the game, but you're gonna be overshadowed. Keon got a personality, man. I'm just telling you, bro. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm gonna lie for you if I lie to you. Shout out Ocho.
Ocho. Underrated matchup: Keon versus Draco. I don't want to see it personally.
No,
I think it's a good matchup. Red Bully, thank you for the 10. We're not even saying
appreciate
it.
Appreciate it,
That's donation right there. The Keon glaze is crazy. It's not glaze. We gonna move on. We just giving flowers.
Listen, they think respectfully, the glaze culture is crazy because we're not gonna come up here and not give flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
The word is here to stay.
Yes. Now this is one of my most disappointing matchups of the night. Actually, the most disappointing one. I ain't gonna lie.
Go ahead, tee off.
Eli started off hot, 7-0. And then you saw the fatigue just kick in immediately. I said, damn. And Moon went on a 30-6 run to end the game.
Oh my God. I didn't think about it like that. Oh my God.
He's special, bro.
You just put that into perspective for me. 30-6 run to end the game?
Yeah. He was 7-0.
Millie, can you explain that? Like, can you explain that?
Dude, it's just the boa constrictor. I don't even know that. I don't think the Eli situation was much of an adrenaline dump. I don't. I thought Eli was poised. He stayed in his rhythm offensively in terms of moves and stuff. He wasn't hitting shots, of course. If he hits a few of those shots, the game does look differently, but those are really tough shots. Eli can hit those, but Moon does this over and over and over and over again. And he's at a point, he's in a phase right now where he just shoots a triple threat three if he can get it off, goes to play defense 100%, shoots another one, target practice. If he makes it, cool. If not, I'm here. He is our only fully defensively minded player. Like he hardly cares about offense. Like if he's able to get some points, cool. But he's really like primarily defending every possession and scouting and thinking through it. But like he's just the boa constrictor. It is what it is, and he did it again.
I think Eli got a lot of possessions this game.
He did.
He had a lot of opportunity. Just didn't capitalize, man. Got a chance to talk to them after the game. He was like, it's just my legs. My legs went. I'm like, that's tough because 1v1 space, your legs do go first. It's like if your legs aren't up to par in terms of being able to like hold that stamina for like Moon is.
Yeah.
When you're playing a guy who gets better as the game goes on, it gets scarier for you as an opponent. So this game was just a test to just how great Moon is, dude. Like Moon is special. Moon is arguably top 5 for a lot of people. I think he's top 5, but some people be like he's top 7, top 6, whatever. But he's just he's on a tear right now. I will say that.
He's a legend in the one-on-one space forever. Like his name, he may not be top 3, but like his name might be top 3.
Chat, I want to ask y'all a question. Is Moon Tay-Rock? And if all my better rap lovers know what I'm talking about. But brothers, y'all completely right, bro. This is why I respect the one-on-one. First of all, I don't give a damn the score. I respect the hell out of Eli because I respect the hell out of every player because that is a situation that is such high leverage moments. You know what I'm saying? And to put yourself out there on Front Street in a moment where your homeboy is commentating and your whole family's there, I just respect that. Now, obviously, he didn't have the performance he wanted to have, but I just like guys putting their rep on the line. That's why I'll never disrespect Lance Stevenson. You feel what I'm saying? But with that being said, Moon is another guy like Cam to me that has figured out who he is as a basketball player. I'm going to shoot this jab three. I'm not going to do too much anymore. I'm not going to take these tough turnaround shots. I'm going to get to the rim. I'm going to shoot this jab three. And I'm going to hone in on myself defensively. And Eli, first of all, I will say this. Eli took a lot of tough jump shots.
He did.
He took a lot of tough twos and tough threes that I feel like is never going to get you over the hump against a guy like Moon, who's taking easier shots, especially down the stretch once he figured out what he could do. But I would love to see Eli again, though, for sure.
Yeah, chat's on me right now for vouching for Eli. I'm like, hey, man, you know, this shit happens. It happens. Who's next for Nas or Zane?
Zay.
Oh, Zay. Don't know, honestly.
Themselves.
What y'all think of the setup for TNC 02 and his pay-per-view always going to occur after each season? The setup was, if we're talking about in person, the boxing match, boxing ring aesthetic.
Yeah, setup was crazy. Setup was crazy.
Beautiful.
Insane. And I think pay-per-views, should they craft each season? It just makes the most sense because it builds up. You know, you get a chance to build up the hype for it. Get a few of these supers out the way. Adrian, appreciate you, brother. Keon versus Nesco, Scoob versus Moon, Kel versus Malik, Friga versus Burke, rematch. Cam versus Trey Croft, rematch. Rob versus Fombi, Zay versus Nas should be next. It's a big card right there.
I like all those.
Yeah, I do like all of them for sure.
It's a huge card right there. Moon versus Keon, TNC IG hearted it. What y'all think? I want Cam versus Rob. I think now those matches make more sense. Moon versus Keon got to happen after Moon versus Cam.
Yeah. I don't know. Like we are saying Moon versus Cam. That was the initial thought, but Moon versus Keon does definitely ring a bell. I like that matchup. Y'all just want Cam to play Moon before anything?
I don't mind a Cam versus Rob.
Cam versus Rob?
I don't mind it. After seeing the 101 to 100, I don't mind it. That dude, Cam, is on absolute tear.
Yeah.
I don't mind seeing him going against another top 5 guy because, to be honest with you, he hasn't played one since last year. So I don't mind him playing Rob to test his top 5 waters. Although Moon is top 5 to me, but he may not be top 5 to some. Rob is solidified top 5 and everybody's top 5. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to see it.
First and foremost, we got 1,400 in the chat, man.
Oh my!
Let's go.
What was our record? Was it 1,200?
Yeah, 1,200.
Oh yeah, it was.
Another record broken. Appreciate you, Rach and JB. Everybody talk about Nas versus Zay. He got to play Rob.
Who has to play Rob?
I'm thinking Nas.
Oh
okay.
Yeah,
I don't mind that either. I don't mind that either. I love that.
Let's get through a few more of these supers real quick before we move on. What's next for Nas and Zay is play each other. Yes, we agree. Shout out Chill Life, baby. Cam versus Keon. Yes. I ain't mad at that at all. They were actually popping it on the podcast while we were doing Keon's podcast.
Facts.
Like it's crazy. Y'all remember Nevin from Nevin versus Caleb or Nas versus Zay?
Nevin, yep.
Nevin
can go.
Nevin versus Caleb will be phenomenal.
Yeah.
What do you think is next for Lat? He played a great game. I selfishly would like to see a rematch.
Millie said a name. I would love for him to say what he said.
You want me to say it again? Like I said it in the few days ago.
Oh yeah.
Lat versus Kel.
Oh yeah.
Lat versus Kel.
I'd love to see that.
Oh yes.
Wow.
I love that.
Bounce back. They're both coming off losses.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we'll get to the game. So we'll get to the game.
Bro, that is. I would love to see the two. Millie's completely right. I want to see the two Marines go at it. Yes. after a loss, 2 Marines after a loss.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So Lat was up 28-20 in this game. Cam went on a 10-0 run to close it. Man, Lat had it right there. I think he might have missed a big free throw, I want to say. He missed something that was huge, and that allowed Cam to go on that run. But this game, personally, if they match up 10 times, it can go either way every time. That's how close matched these guys were. This game is just Cam shot wasn't falling early. Lat got on the run. It was a game of this game was the epitome of game of runs, and whoever the last run won the game. There was no dominance asserted here.
I do want to say too, in our breakdown video, we ended up with Cam as a 3-point favorite, and a lot of people under that video, and I totally get it. We're like, Lat, it's all Lat. Like, you guys are tripping. Lat's a pro. The angle with Cam is his energy. You have to bake that into your prediction. You know what I mean? Because if you just break Cam's game down at a baseline mood, and then you break Lat's baseline, he's always at kind of a poised position, but like Cam, just his energy wins him games, and it's just so much a part. He's a dog. Like, you have to. He's proved a lot to me in this past like
6 months.
6 months. 6 months. Yeah, I'm like. I'm never doubting Cam again at this point.
I just can't bet against him, bro. Obviously, he was playing my dog, so of course I'm gonna go with my dog. But like, once all that's over, like Cam, I just can't. He's a guy that's figured out his game. He's a guy to understand who he is, and this is not team setting. We're talking about Lat being a pro. He is a pro, but I can say Cam is a professional one-on-one player. Can I not say that? I can say Cam is a pro one-on-one player.
Absolutely.
You know? So what I'm saying is the pro stuff is a wash, because in this setting, they're both equal in terms of nuances, knowing what to do, knowing what shots to take, decision-making, and nuances of the game. To me, Cam had the advantage. You know what I'm saying? And especially he mixed it up a lot in that game, starting from half court, starting from the checkup, going from left to hard right, realizing that even Kyrie made a great point. He was like, yeah, he's contesting, but is it enough to hinder my shot at the rim? And Cam realized that down the stretch, and he started attacking downhill.
Yep.
And Lat wasn't quick enough or fast enough laterally to stay in front of Cam. To me, Cam he's in his glow right now. He's in his glow. And at this particular juncture, he needs a top 5 guy, because that run right there lets me that run at the end of the game lets me know all I need to know about Cam as a player.
Hey, and in the Moonverse, or in the Cam video, I think there was a route for Cam to go top 5. First step was obviously to beat Lat. Second step was to beat Moon.
They got to play each other.
Yeah, but he buffed.
Oh, Millie. Oh.
I'm gonna say this, Sel. I flipped Isote and Cam. I got Cam at 7 now.
Yeah, I mean, Cam been winning, bro. You kind of have to put Cam over Tay. You kind of have to.
Yeah.
Like, respectfully. And I think Tay will probably agree, you know?
Yeah, I told Tay, that tough of a loss, I'm not going to put Tay all the way down to 11, but I did tell Tay, I'm switching you and Cam.
Can you
not mad at that at all.
Yeah, I can hear you, Millie. We can hear you. What you were saying, brother?
No, I was saying for Cam to get top 5, the route was first beat Lat, then beat Moon if Moon won. So everyone, the plan is still in play. Moon won his game, Cam won his game. Now they play. If Cam wins that game, you got to talk about top 5.
Somebody just said Lat has a losing record. Tell me you don't watch, but I tell him you don't watch.
He's 0-1 on pay-per-view, I guess you could say that.
But no, he was saying like Cam gets no credit because he beat Mike Harden and Lat, 2 guys with losing records. Mike does have a losing record, but it was a rivalry. Lat didn't have a losing record coming into the game.
Yeah.
This narrative is not about to change in terms of Latin Davis is not like that because he lost it. No. We're not switching no narrative. A lot of people had Lat winning. Cam beat Lat. Cam deserves credit. Lat is still a demon. Period.
Yeah. So I think we answered this. We said, Kel, appreciate you, Unify. This like to view ratio doesn't make sense. Facts, man. Hit that like button, y'all. We got 1,500 in the chat right now, man. Hit that like button.
Like the video, please.
Free. Moon is rock. That's light.
No cap.
Lat versus Ness, both coming off L's.
Beautiful. I like that one as well.
I like that one too.
I love that one.
It's a good pool. Appreciate y'all for these supers, man, by the way. How would y'all feel about having a 3v3 in the pay-per-view, and who would y'all want to see?
Good question.
Ooh.
How do y'all think that would do in a pay-per-view 3v3? How do y'all think it would sell?
It would have to be like Man, I don't know. It would have to be high profile 3v3 though. It can't just be any group of 6.
Right.
That's a great question.
Interesting though.
That is a great question. Would it have to kick off the night? Would that kick off the night?
I think it would. You put that right in the middle.
You could put it in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Put that right in the middle to give everybody like a different look of like, ooh, let's watch some team set in basketball.
Yeah.
Yep. And then back to
in Cincy, we went at the end.
Yeah.
That's damn. I got. I don't have any names right now. I got to think about that. Great question. Caleb, Robin, Moon versus Nas, Zay, and Scoob. Pay-per-view would do numbers.
Caleb, Rob,
Nas.
Well, you know.
What? What did you think it'd be? Did I lag out again?
No, you're good.
No, okay.
Was the 5-second rule not enforced? I was about to ask this, bro, because the hand was out all day. I didn't see no ref doing this.
It was not enforced.
Not enforced at all.
It was not.
I always say this: you try to enforce that against for Lance and Bees, and you want to see some stoppages,
right? It wasn't called in any game, so I'm fine with it. If it was called once, it would have had to been called all night. It was not called any time, so it's fine.
I agree. Cam versus Scoob, both coming off pay-per-view W's.
That'd be intense.
That would be a shit talk galore. Holy
that'd be intense.
Crap. Cam versus Moon pay-per-view 03. Yes.
Agreed.
Yes. Good. Yes. Now let's move on to the last and final matchup of the night, man. Mike Bees versus Lance. There's been a lot of speculation out there that this 1v1 was ghetto. It was this and that. But I'm like, when you bring, Kyrie said it best, when you bring PG County in New York in one place, it's going to be hectic. That's just what it's going to be. You can play this 100 times. It'll be the exact same way in terms of the intensity in the room, man. So Bees was the most poised I've ever seen a 1v1 player going into a magnitude of this matchup. Like, he didn't have no expression the whole night until he won the night. So it was a phenomenal showing, in my opinion. Crazy energy in the room, bro. I loved it.
Yeah.
Tee off, brother.
To me, there's just, in person specifically, there was just a huge difference, obviously, in when they were moving with the ball and how much space they were taking up on the court. They're just 6'9" and 6'7". It just, and very skilled and strong and athletic. So I was just like, wow, this is just incredible to see. Not to take anything away from any of the undercard games. All the YouTube guys are professional one-on-one players. But this one was just like, wow. Like, these guys did it at the highest level.
I appreciate y'all. Let me tell you why. First of all, I don't think people understand the magnitude of that moment until like it's about a year from now when we look back on it. But first of all, we did something unprecedented. You know what I'm saying? We did something unprecedented, bro. Nobody's ever done this before. But the reason why I know we're in the right direction is who's hating on it. You know what I'm saying? Who's trying to dim the light on it? That's how I know we're headed in the right direction. There's entire segments being made regarding this one-on-one on other platforms, which I'm appreciate y'all covering it. But I just know we're headed in the right direction because, one, the production was amazing. Two, every one-on-one was federal. And the main event lived up to the hype in terms of just the skill and trash talk. Like, it felt like we had an organized Rucker Park one-on-one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The energy from Lance. And I want to say I appreciate Lance too, because he took the matchup. I mean, this is a juggernaut right here that just won this game. But in terms of the game itself, Lance, you did not display your in-shapeness, if that's a term. But there's too many stoppages in that game, fellas, for him to exploit Beasley, because it's 13-13. Bees is huffing and puffing. You know what I'm saying? But how y'all feel about that, Lance and the stoppages?
He helped him. He helped Michael Beasley.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I wasn't tripping. Like, I was telling Kai that.
Yeah.
We was all telling Kai that, like, yo, he can't keep stopping this game for calls. Bees is walking around, breathing through his nose, out through his mouth, getting form shots up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he helped Bees a lot. If he would have just, Cam does this a lot. He'll score the basketball and run to the top of the key. Throw the ball to the ref. Let's go. If he took that approach, it could have been a totally different game.
Yeah,
I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah, but fellas, I want to ask you guys this: the Moon situation.
Oh, bro.
The Moon situation.
You can't, like you said earlier, you can't run up in someone's face in the heat of the battle. Like that's like you got two pit bulls in there, bro. You let them rock out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Lance also didn't know Moon. He
Right.
doesn't know Moon's energy and like how Moon will get. Moon might like jump at you, but it's not, he's not taking it there. It's just kind of like the intensity he can bring. But either way, yeah, I think that added to it is all I'm saying is the fact that he didn't get to meet Moon in the prior season and really get to know him. So
yeah,
you can't really do that.
Well, we also have to talk about too a few things. One being there was people out there that felt like Lance was being too overly aggressive, like in terms of like damn near almost looking like he was trying to hurt him. Because that first drive to the basket when Lance flew on his neck, that was a neck foul for sure. Oh, you see his Lance flying, trying to grab Beasley's neck. I was like, Bees probably not gonna drive to the basket.
He went for the neck.
He went for the neck.
Yo, but fellas, here's my thing. What else do we expect? Like as a viewer, they're playing for 100 bands. Do we just expect high hand and handshakes?
Right.
No.
Like this is a guy from New York and a guy from PG County.
Right.
Like they grew up in these type of environments. Like this is what made Lance. And
exactly.
Right. I think they expect to see just like a high skill level, but I still think it was highly skilled. Like Bees put on a skill show. I think Bees put on a show. Lance put on a grip performance. Now, if you wanted to watch just skill for skill, the guys that are talking about this should have watched the whole thing and been like, I don't know if they watched the whole thing because there was a lot of skill in those first 5 matches.
Well, those guys,
a ton of skill.
Respectfully, those guys, no man.
Say it.
Those guys wanted the face off.
They did. and look what that face off is doing. Doing numbers right now. No cap. Something like 1 million views. So where does
you should have not said anything for like the next 10 seconds. You should have just not said nothing for the awkward silence. You should have just not said nothing. I was so ready to just look at the camera. Yeah. Fellas, we really doing this though. Like we really like, I don't know if y'all realize this, like we really doing this like at a very elite level. Like at a very high level. We're coming on live. The fans are locked in with us. We have 1.6 in the chat supporting a channel that has 16,000 subs right now. I mean, I don't like, bro, I don't.
Nah, it's a blessing, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm going to just say this, fellas, and we'll move on to the supers. Victory.
Victory?
Victory.
Oh, you know what we're talking about, Mills. You know what we're talking about. Victory is a win for everybody. This is a win for the YouTube community. It's a win for everybody. As a collective, everybody won June 6th. You hear me?
Eat that W, Jameis Winston.
You know what I'm saying? I want to ask if everyone who ever played on TNC was available for a season, what is y'all dream season 2, chapter 3 roster?
Great question.
Oh,
sheesh.
Caleb, all right. I'm just going to name players. We can name players and we could get to a 24-man roster.
Yeah.
24? Or should we go like
30?
Nah, go like 16.
16. Yeah, let's cut this.
Caleb Huffman, Latin Davis, Hoodie Kale, Cam So Smooth, Rob,
Keon.
How many is that?
6.
7. We go
BJ.
Tay
8.
We said
Friga
Moon.
9.
We said Moon.
Moon 10.
Scotty Lewis.
Okay.
Scotty Lewis 11. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Ooh.
To see Caleb and Scotty Lewis go at it.
Would you throw Bino in there?
I would throw Bino in
there.
I would throw Bino in there. I'd throw Nesco in there.
J Horn, Keyshawn, we got names like that. Like,
oh, Key for sure.
That's like
Key, no question. Key, no question.
Birkin.
Throw Burke in there.
Day.
Day.
Gotta see Day. Because I want to. If Jay Horn's gonna be in there, I gotta see Day play Jay Horn.
Nas and Screwball out there. But they're never part of a season though. Like they were just like they had the pay-per-view matchup, so I can't really.
Yeah, they were in chapter 2, season 1.
Listen, throw Ness in there, man.
I like Ness. I feel like there's so many. Selfishly, I'd want to throw Ryan there just for Northern California. You know what I'm saying? Represent.
I'm not mad at Ryan. He deserves another shot.
A lot of Fombies in the chat. A lot of Fombies.
Oh, Fombi.
Fombi's a good pull too. Fombi's
a great Fombi, man.
Hit that like button, Chad. Hit that like button, please.
Yes,
Hit
please.
1,000 likes.
Jamal Crawford needs to headline TNCO3. Who would he match up with? I saw someone say Jamal Crawford versus the Professor.
Lou Will.
Is IT too small?
You would assume so, right? You would assume so.
Yeah, I mean, because he could just shoot over him, bro. So it's like,
I think Mills made a good. Well, let's see, IT and Pat Bev.
Oh shit.
Now listen, you want to see some energy?
Facts.
That would be crazy, you know. Yeah. Tay and Jay Horn got to be in any pay-per-view matchup.
Yeah, as long as they keep wilding, for sure.
Yeah, bro, keep going.
Yeah, as long as they keep doing their thing.
Bees let him come back. Yeah, Bees was up 29-13, and then Bees literally let him shoot like 3 threes in a row, or 2 threes in a row. Bees said no rematch till he play Nas and get his money. So apparently Lance does owe Bees $200,000.
Oh, 100. You owe him 100. You owe him 200, huh?
Nah, he said $200K.
I think they bet to 12 and then the full game. But they're
cooked, buddy.
They've already practiced and stuff in the big 3. They sorted out whatever they had to, I'm sure. I think they had practice like yesterday for the big 3.
Do you think B's got his money?
I don't know, but regardless, they settled it. However, maybe he did, maybe I don't know what happened, but as long as it's cool between them, that's
what they said they settled it.
No, I'm assuming that they settled it because they practiced in the big 3 yesterday.
Got you.
There's only like 10 people in the gym, probably. You know, it's like
fellas,
there's no avoiding that.
We got so much to cover. Big 3, you in Creator League. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
First of all, champions of the Creator League.
You just did the hands of information. Don't do that with that. Not with that. You got Jason O'Ween over there.
Hey, listen.
I'm rooting for you.
It makes the win that much better. Oh man, could you imagine?
Good. Oh, I'm gonna be talking hella shit.
ISO Joe versus Beasley. Can we address the elephant in the room?
I wouldn't.
What's the elephant?
ISO Joe versus Beasley.
You got to tell me what the elephant is, so I guess you do have to address it.
Damn it, Mills! I thought you picked up on it.
No, I know what you're talking about. Don't address that.
I don't think Mills.
You got to tell me. I think.
Texas. You know.
Oh, like prior to. Is that the elephant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can leave it at that.
I tried.
He popped it after his cake was made. Jesus Christ.
That's a fact.
That's facts, though. Twan versus Diesel. Diesel actually just tore his ACL and he had surgery, so he's out for a little while. I talked to him a little bit at TNCO2.
Good guy, man. Good guy.
It's just unfortunate, man. Yeah, I got number love for Diesel for sure. That would be a good matchup. I ain't gonna lie.
That actually would be a great matchup. I
think I'm ready for a Diesel matchup again.
No cap. I let us see Diesel.
I think I'm ready.
Absolutely. Good morning, ABC crew. What a show. Appreciate you, Protein. Thank you.
Hey, I think that's Lucas.
That is Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas made the graphics, I believe.
Shout out Lucas, man.
Shout out Lucas.
The same Lance that was continually in people's face the entire season. Yeah.
What are you referring to? What's she talking about?
Oh, and Moon jumped in his face.
Oh, right.
Accountability.
Accountability
for
Great
sure. Great pull.
See it. Maybe just in the fourth man pod. I appreciate you. But would Bees and ISO Joe be a good matchup pay-per-view worthy, or is ISO Joe for somebody for the next main event? Man, look, Bees and ISO Joe.
Oh man.
Is allegedly, or may have been allegedly, supposed to happen. I'm gonna just say that. Just throwing that out there, man. Putting that in the air. Okay. I'm not gonna go too deep on that. Appreciate you, fourth man pod. All trilogies need to be finished on the next TNC pay-per-view. They should call it the trilogy match. But how many trilogies are there though?
BJ got two of them.
I think 3. I think there's 3 trilogies.
Rob got one of them.
And BJ Caleb.
Wait, who he said so far?
You said Rob has one?
Yeah.
Scoot.
Oh, yeah.
Technically, yeah.
I don't know
who else has damn, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know any of the trilogies right now.
Was everyone able to hear y'all during the games? Yes. Oh, you mean out live? I think if you're sitting by the TV that was shown on the big screen, you could, but I don't think it was so loud in there, bro. It was so loud in there.
Yeah.
You think guys like someone like you guys think someone like Imani Bates or Sharif Cooper could possibly feature in TNC in the future?
Definitely,
bro. Imani was in the building.
Yeah,
Imani was in the building.
He was front row, right by Drummond.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I know that's how I saw Bees hug him.
Fire.
Crazy. Slim versus Bino in a pay-per-view.
I'm good. What?
This nigga B versus back. I'm good,
bro. Yeah, my bad, bro. I'm trying to, bro. I'm in chills right now.
Oh no,
yeah, bro. I'm trying to lock in with y'all, but I'm good.
Oh, you getting what I got?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go through these and definitely got to get from NC. Absolutely. Am I gonna see y'all in Dallas Showcase in August? Yes, you will.
Yes, sir.
Can we get J. Lou back? J. Lou, man, accountability. J. Lou, you know, accountability. J. Lou. Solo Milani versus Cash Nasty. I'd pay to watch.
Yeah, I would pay to watch that. Yeah. Cash money line. Bet the over though, or the more.
Yeah,
bet the more, man.
For sure.
Unlimited triples though.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, this has been a good hour show, y'all. This has been a good one. B is getting a little bit under. Where's my damn assets at? Hold on, bro. Oh, here we go. B is feeling a little under the weather right now. I think pretty much all of us are, honestly. Like,
yeah,
there's something in the air. You nasty niggas, wash your hands, man.
I think I gave it to my dog somehow. My dog's stomach is rumbling all night. Kobe, he's struggling.
Oh my gosh,
he's sick too. I don't know what happened.
It's going through the whole hood. Oh my god, bro.
I will say that we did set a record, man. We got 1,600 in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, facts. Thank y'all so much.
Also, the mukbang Q&A dropping later today. We filmed that in Miami.
Yes.
So I want to say this. You know, there have been requests of accountability, so I'm going to be holding TNC accountable very soon.
Okay. Nobody is above the law.
Nobody's above the law.
Trying to get here too. Dawes versus Briscoe needed. Pacer Thunder recap later on this week. I will say this though too, man. If I had to rank the games, because we did promise we would rank it for the people, I'm gonna go ahead and say,
let's do that.
I'd go Keon 1, Robin Tay 2, Cam and Lat 3, C4, Caleb 4, Moon and Eli 5, and then B's just that's the main event, so that's just separate for me.
Go ahead, Mills.
1 games I enjoyed the most.
Yeah, just your top 5, bro.
Cam Lat, Rob Tay, Cam Lat, Rob Tay. What am I missing? Oh, C4 BJ probably. Moon Eli, and then Keon Kill.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cam Lat, Rob Tay, Keon Kell, C4 BJ, Eli Moon.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is ABC Crew in the Morning. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be live again later on this week. Video dropping later to like Neil said. We got the mukbang drop. Appreciate y'all for pulling up on a 7 a.m. PST, 10 a.m. Eastern. You know what I'm saying? We will be dropping something every day this week for sure. Or at least we'll try to, depending on our health. But spam W's in the chat while we get out of here.
ABC in the morning. Another day.
Catch you guys. Peace.